Hello, viewers. I hope all is well. How you guys doing on this great Tuesday? Listen, I am in Houston, Texas. This one thing I am here traveling, and I love what I do. And just here with family, we had some very great things going on with travel and my travel business. But today is like the day where we just sit and we talk about so many different things with people going on. I've partnered with so many different people this month, and I have the privilege today to be talking to the great director. I'm sorry, Doctor Whitaker, and I'm so excited that she and I are partnering together with her brand of Create Your Own Stage, and I am just so honored that she picked me to be her guest speaker. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring her up because I don't want to waste any time. And I'm going to bring her up on the stage, none other than Dr. Whitaker. So y'all make some noise as we bring her up.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Yes. So, Dr. Whitaker, let the people know who you are, where you calling in from, and why you do what you do.
Absolutely. So I am Dr. Marcia Whitaker, and I am calling in from Maryland. And what I do is I'm a physician as well as a life and business coach. And the thing that I do is that I help give folks stages to share their story. And one of those stages is where you create your own stage. And a lot of us in the speaking, coaching, author, you name it, business, we are dependent on someone else opening up the door to let you be on their platform. And I say, build your own.
Come on, say that again. They didn't hear you. They didn't hear you.
Build your own. Why are we deciding or dependent on someone else to give us something, a paycheck or a stage or a date or whatever, when you can create it yourself and you can now work when and where, even if you want to travel, you can do whatever it is you want on your own time. Now, I'm not saying don't collaborate like we are collaborating. I'm not saying don't do that. But when you have your own stage, now the collaboration now makes sense. Now you have something to leverage with someone else who's also doing something great.
Yes, come on. And listen, you all, I just told her before we started, I'm following her without her permission, right? Because she is doing something that I am doing as well and on a whole different level. So and that's what it's about. She ain't selfish, she ain't gatekeeping, trying to keep information from me or from us, period. And I love the fact that you said Dr. Whitaker, collaboration. Talk a little bit about what that means to you.
Yeah, collaboration. One of the things that, and a lot of the folks that are in my space and who I've come up with in business are solopreneurs. Very rarely do you see folks that now they have a corporation, and that's when you start getting bigger. But even when you're building, you find yourself in a silo. And there isn't any way you cannot scale by yourself. You need either some supporters, you need some business besties, you need some folks that are maybe doing something similar to what you're doing, but they have a different niche. And you need to be in some type of a coaching container where you're hearing and seeing other people win and you're learning from their mistakes. When we sit by ourselves, we don't know what's a mistake and what's a win, right? And because we're not allowing other people to speak to us. And so the collaboration is so important, where you have people who have your back. You know that you can collaborate on this thing here, and when you both are winning, you both win. Right? So that's what I'll say about collaboration.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I am part of what's called 40 Days and 40 Nights, and we have started it today. And I am one of the speakers, but not this time because I had so much going on. I just could not do it, be one of the speakers. But let me tell you, that's where I started. I started there teaching partnerships and collaboration. Someone seeing me, knowing that I love to partner and I'm not afraid to collaborate with somebody. The only thing somebody could tell me is no. If you don't want to
Mhm.
partner with me, you don't want to collaborate with me, that's totally fine. But I understand the whole magnitude of partnering together, working together, and guess what? Helping each other grow. Not trying to steal people, not trying to steal your idea, but sharing what worked for me, could definitely work for you. Or it may not work for you, but you tried it. And
Absolutely.
not really, and a lot of times by me being a church girl, us in the church realm and me as an elder, a lot of people don't want to help each other in the church. But I am breaking that barrier, that generational curse, and saying not no more. I am here to help all people win, whether you believe like I believe, whether you or go to church like I go to church, because that's what I'm going to do is go to church on Sunday. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give God praise no matter where I go. But do you have to do what I do? No. Even in business, you don't even have to do it how I do it, right? Because I'm different. I'm loud. I am just gonna be like, hey, how you doing? You cute, that's just who I am. That's our personality. But you don't have to be like me. You may be like Dr. Whitaker, a little soft but powerful, right? And gorgeous but powerful. And that's totally fine. We are here to help
I
you,
love it.
to meet you where you are, just like Jesus Christ did. He met the people where they are. He went where? He went to the fields. He went out in the byways. And
Absolutely.
we want to just preach to each other in the four walls. No, we ain't about that. Me and the doctor are two different people,
Yes.
reaching people, evangelizing people. Mine's is just faith-based. Hers may not be faith-based. But guess
Well,
what?
let
We're
me
working together.
look. Let me make this thing clear. Okay. I am a church girl.
Come on.
And I've served almost in every capacity. The one that kind of makes people kind of like open, like, well, really, is that I was a first lady for 15 years.
I do remember you
So
telling me that. I forgot about
yeah.
that. So
Uh-huh.
listen.
So the thing that I'll say, even though I don't necessarily say I am a Christian life and business coach, I live my life with Christian principles. And when the rubber meets the road, no, even, well, some things I might say, they're going to align with scripture. But then when the rubber meets the road, and integrity is the key thing, you're going to see that come out, right? As I said, we're not stealing people, we're not robbing people, we're not talking about people, but we are lifting people. And I'm also, this is the bone that I have to pick for women who are Bible believing Christian women when it comes to business development. We sit on our gifting. We sit on our gifting, waiting for God to give us a sign that we're supposed to do what He already gave you the gifting and the idea for and a timeline for, and we miss it. And then we see all these other people doing what God called us to do. And then we're like, oh, I think I missed it. Yeah, you did, sis. You missed it. And so that is my call. My call is, hey, He already gave it to you. It's time to get going. It's time to shine. It's time to implement.
Listen, drop the mic, because y'all ain't ready for Dr. Whitaker. Like I said, y'all better stop playing with us. You hear me? You heard what she said? He done gave it to you. It says in the word, write the vision, make it plain. So he gave you the vision, you write it down. Now it's time to execute. We
Yep. Read it,
listen.
read it, read it, write it, read it, and run with it.
Yes. And we want to read it, we want to write it, but you don't want to run with it.
Come on now.
That don't
That's
even
right.
make sense.
It doesn't. We want someone else to come by and tell us what we already wrote and read before we'll move, but that's not part of the process.
No, faith without works is dead.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We want to preach it, but we don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to believe it.
Leave it.
And
Or,
so we are definitely here. Go
or
ahead,
we'll
doctor. I
do
heard you.
it.
I heard you.
We will believe it for someone else. But when it's us, then we're like, oh no, it's not the right time. But go ahead, sis, go run your race. Go do it. Go do it. Let the Lord use you. And then it's like for us, we're like, no, I'm waiting for, I don't think so. I'm going to, no. Mm-mm.
And let me tell you something, doctor. I'm guilty. I was that person. I was that. I was her. I was her. I was believing for everybody else because I'm such an encourager. I'm so empowering. I'm a motivational speaker. So I'm like all of that. But it's so many. Back in 2017, God gave me the vision. Everything I was supposed to be doing. And I waited because I thought, just like everybody else, that, it ain't the time. It ain't the right time. It ain't that. Right? When I
Right.
tell you, when I got out of my own way,
Mm-hmm.
and I moved myself out of the equation and put God in it and told him, because he gave me the vision. He told me that you are to help women, the church, how to be the resource. So we ain't got to focus on the government. We should have to worry about the government to take care of the church, the
Yeah.
people. I ain't talking about the building. I'm talking about the church to be
Mm-hmm.
fruitful and multiply. We think about children and multiply, but no, he said be fruitful and multiply, even in your finances. Come on, Holy
Mm,
Ghost. I didn't even put that in my notes. Go
that's
ahead,
good.
Dr. Whitaker. Talk about that.
Yes, he has given, and I've been guilty as well. But now that I have gotten the memo and I've done it and I've seen it work, then you have to call it out. I was just at church the other day and I had two folks who I was ministering to, if you will, as to God is calling you. Why are you sitting on the gifts? And one of the lies, there's multiple lies that we believe, that we're told. And I can't stand it when people say, oh, that particular industry is oversaturated. It's too many of y'all, it's too many of y'all coaches out here. Right. But there's still a whole lot of people who need to be coached, okay, who are lost. And I'm thinking about, talking about like the music artists, and they say, there's so many artists, it's overpopulated. But then next week, there will be a new song that gets dropped that now goes to the top of the charts. And now they are the it girls or the it group or whatever. Just because someone has done it before, it doesn't mean that what you are bringing isn't useful, that it's supposed to feed somebody. Some portion of the world is waiting on you. And are you going to sit and let someone, are you going to let them die out in the wilderness? Or are you going to do what God called you to do so that you can save the people you have been called to save?
Yes. Because we all have assigned attached people. I can't reach everybody that doctor can reach. And she can't reach everybody that I am called to reach, because we all have different walks of life. Right?
Mhm.
I grew up in a 2-parent household. My mom was a housewife. My dad worked. When my dad was the house dad, I did not like it. My mom worked, so I was on both spectrums of the thing. And my dad was a preacher, and then my
Mhm.
mom became a preacher in my teenage life. My mom became a preacher, so I grew up in church. I grew up with 2 pastors, and so I thought, doctor, that, well, I don't have struggles like everybody else. I don't, yes, my family struggled. Yes, we went through some things, but I always had my dad and my mom. Even when my mom and dad they separated now, I still have both my parents. They
Mhm.
worked very well to raise their children. And now that we're grown, you can't even tell that my parents are not even together.
I love that.
And so I did the same thing with my son. My son and his father and I are not together. And we raised a family, our son together, with us being married to different people. So I thought that, well, I don't have this. I ain't never been abused. I ain't never been out there like that. So they ain't gonna want to hear me. But God said, yes, we need more people to talk about that. That's why Church Girl was started to change the trajectory and the narrative that all church kids are not bad kids.
Right.
If you teach your kids and you train them up with values and morals and the way they supposed to go to live in this world, but not of this world. So I live in this world because I was always different. My dad always pushed me more. I'm the loudest out of all my siblings. Like you, my siblings, I'm trying to get them on this podcast. They was like, "Oh no, that's you." I don't want to be. But they are here to support me. And so, with that being said, Dr. Whitaker, talk a little bit about you growing up in church or, as a preacher's wife.
Yeah, so I grew up Episcopalian, ended up getting saved in a Pentecostal church while I was in medical school, and then I joined a holiness church while I was in residency, and I'll always have been in church no matter where I lived because I knew that was where my help was coming. And then I ended up getting married to he was a minister at the time. And then, a few years later became a pastor. And I am no longer a pastor's wife, right? I'm no longer a wife because some other things that transpired, but I never lost my faith. I never lost that God was still leading me. And now I'm part of a ministry that looks completely different than the typical Baptist kind of zone. And I love it. And one of the things that I can say, because I did so many things in the past as the first lady, as, the dance ministry, advisor, as a trustee, as a, children's, there wasn't anything in the church I did not do. Although I didn't cook. That wasn't my ministry. But what I do is I serve in a different capacity that that cosigns the zone that I'm in as a life coach, as a business coach, and that has been so fulfilling. And you just have to find your lane. But the thing that I'll say is that it all comes back to your story, which is part of the how the creator stage starts. It starts with your story. There's something about what you've gone through that is intimately connected to how you serve in your business, how you serve in your day job, how you serve just walking down the street. And so when you know what that is, that then gives you, that supersizes your energy, it supersizes your impact, it supersizes the magnetism that people have to you because you serve from an inner space as opposed to something where you're just trying to get some money.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it. So you guys already know that it's gonna be the boot camp is gonna be fire. How she just broke that down. So talk a little bit briefly about how creating your stage started and what they to expect without giving out too much information, but what they can expect for you going through your 3-day boot camp.
Yeah. So when I started coaching, I was a life coach. Well, I was a health coach, health and life coach. And as I started coaching women in their life situations, many of them had businesses. And so I found myself kind of doing a dual role of helping them build their business while also doing life coaching, which I found that there was some similarities. What they were struggling with in their life is similar to what they're struggling with in their business. And if we could up level their life, then their business would come up with it. And so then I said, you know what? I'm enjoying this business building zone. In addition to the life coaching, you know what? Let's put them together. I want to coach women in their business, but I also want to help them with their life stuff because now most things that happen when women start jumping out and be starting businesses, the thing that stops them is two things. One is the money, and two is the life stuff that pops up. Maybe somebody dies, maybe they can't do X. They've got a relationship issue. And so now they drop the business because they're spending all this time on their life. And so what I did is I'm helping women, either you're in business already or you're thinking about becoming a business owner, but you don't really have the structure. You're not quite sure how your story connects to your business. This isn't about you picking a business that you think you can make money off of. Okay. It's not like, okay, you decide and you want to sell lashes. Okay. If you have no interest in lashes, but you can get it cheap from China or whatever, and all kinds, you have this business idea, but it's not connected to anything. There's no foundation. And so what this boot camp does, it helps you to, one, start with that story, start with that foundation. Now we build an authentic platform, and then I help you to chart a clear path to business success.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So you are doing great things and helping women. And we are so similar to, it's just nothing but us partnering together and collaborating together because we have the similar, right? And what we're doing, I really help individuals to understand how to go through the process of owning their own business, making sure that they are having things, documents in place, what it looks like from an HR perspective, and how to add HR to that as well, so you don't have, it does not create burnout. And so I teach people the same thing: your purpose, knowing what that is, knowing your story, and how HR can support your business, even in a small business. We all think that we have to be in a corporation to have an HR department, and you don't. It's just all about how to leverage it correctly and how to fit it into your business plan, so you won't be have to create that burnout. And then also just the passport to purpose, along with doctors, the same thing, leveraging travel into your business. And so we are here to just help you and to support you in that. And so can you just give them the dates again for the boot camp and how they can register?
Absolutely. It's coming next week, January 26th through the 28th, Monday through Wednesday, for just 2 hours from 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be precious. And now you're going to have a platform at the end of it. And I go into detail as what's the difference between a platform and a program or business. And all of that gets explained. And what I do is I give you the actual tools so that when you are done, you have a platform to launch. And for those that already have a business, this is so timely because what it does, it makes clear where you are, where you're starting from. So now I turn question marks into periods. And so when you are clear, I say clarity is queen. When you are clear on what it is you're doing, who you're serving, where you're going, what's your platform looking like, now you can run at a faster rate. It's like going from running in the dark to now running in daylight.
Yes, 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 yes. And it is going to be powerful. So let them know where they could sign up again, and then we'll also put it in the handle as well.
Yes, go to Dr. Marcia, and that's DrMarcia.com/create your stage.
Yes, we are definitely going to be creating stages because we got stages to walk and people to meet, and we're going to do this together. So again, I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. My name is Wyniautta Carter-Foster. You have tuned in with That Church Girl, Faith, Purpose, and Business with our special guest, Dr. Marcia Whitaker, the one and only Dr. Marcia Whitaker, with her 3-day boot camp, Creating Your Own Stage. Stay tuned because she will be back again to talk about the after effect of how many people she is helping. We got to get her back on these stages because me and her together, we're going to tear it down. Thank you, and you all have a great day.
Take care. Thank you.